Thank you for your question. This is a very important
气候
question.
变化是当前突出的全球性挑战，
Climate change is a prominent global
事关
challenge
国际社会的
and a
共同利益。
matter of common interest for the international
习近
community.
平总书记多次强调
General Secretary Xi Jinping
应对气候变化
has repeatedly emphasized that addressing climate change is not something others ask us to do, but something we want to
可持续
do.
发展的
It is required by our sustainable
是推动
development,
构建
and it
人
is
类利用
a responsibility to promote the building of a community with a shared future for
党的
mankind.
20大报告明确提出统筹产业结构
The report to the 20th Party Congress states that we must address the industrial structure, cut pollution, and address climate change to achieve carbon peak and carbon
坚决
neutrality.
地贯彻落实。
We will faithfully implement all these requirements.
中国
For a
将
long
应对气候
time,
变化
China has integrated climate response into the overall strategy of national economic and social
应对
development,
气候变化
and taken it as an important means to promote ecological civilization and achieve high-quality development.
通过实施积极应对气候变化
Through the
国家
implementation
战略
of the national strategy to actively respond to climate change,
优化
progress has been made in a series of policy measures to adjust industrial structure, optimize energy mix, improve energy efficiency, establish market mechanisms, and increase
各项
forest
工作
carbon
取得
sink.
积极的进展。2020年，
In
中国
2020,
碳排放强度
China's carbon emission intensity dropped by 48.4% compared with 2005, exceeding the target committed to the international community.
2021年， 我国煤炭占
The
能源消费
proportion
总
of
量的比
coal
重
in China's total energy
由
consumption
2005年
dropped from
72.4%
72.4% in 2005 to 56% in 2021. The proportion of non-fossil energy consumption reached
可再生
16.6%.
能源
The installed capacity of renewable energy power generation exceeded 1 billion kilowatts,
光
and the installed capacity of wind, light, water, and biomass power generation
稳居，
ranked the first in the
我
world.
国是全球森林资源增长
China
最大
is the country with the largest growth in forest resources and the largest area of planted forest in the world,
增绿的主力军，
and is a main force in greening the world.
全球
We have launched the world's largest national carbon market covering greenhouse gas emissions,
有效地发挥
effectively playing the role of market mechanism in controlling greenhouse gas emissions
推动
and
绿色低
promoting
碳转型。
green and low carbon
我
transition.
们发布了适应气候变
We
化
have released a national strategy for climate change adaptation and continued to carry out pilot projects on adaptive cities. Our ability to adapt to climate change has kept improving.
同时呢，我们积极地
As the world's
全球
largest developing country, China has made positive contributions to the global efforts against climate change.
将完成全球
China will
最高
complete
碳排放
the
强
world's highest carbon emission
度
intensity
全球历
reduction,
史上
and in the shortest
实现
time in global history, we will achieve from carbon peak to carbon neutrality.
负责任大国的担当
This fully reflects China's sense of responsibility as a major
坚
country.
持公平
We uphold multilateralism and the principles of fairness, common but differentiated responsibilities, and respective capabilities. We actively promoted the signing, entry into force, and implementation of the Paris Agreement. We have
应对
taken an active part in South-South cooperation on climate
尽其
change.
所能的
and we are doing our best to help other developing countries, especially small island states, African countries, and LDCs, to improve their climate response capacity to reduce the adverse impacts of climate change. Going forward, China will continue to implement the national strategy to actively respond to climate change, implement the 1+N policy system of carbon peak and carbon neutrality, accelerate the green and low-carbon transition in key areas, and vigorously promote concerted efforts to cut carbon emissions and reduce pollution, build national carbon market in a steady and orderly manner, accelerate green and low-carbon technology research and application, and promote the formation of a green and low-carbon way of production and life. At the same time, we will work with all parties to actively participate in the global governance of climate change, build a fair and reasonable global climate governance system featuring win-win cooperation. We will continue to deepen South-South cooperation on climate change and contribute Chinese insight, Chinese strength, and Chinese input to address global climate change. Thank you.